Most people think longevity is written in their genes, a kind of biological lottery ticket you just hope you were born with. But within the last few decades, something remarkable has become clear. Your genes may load the gun, but your daily food choices are what pull the trigger or keep the safety firmly on for decades longer than anyone thought possible. Imagine adding not just years to your life, but life to your years, simply by eating more of the right things. Not exotic powders, not expensive supplements, but everyday foods that have been proven in study after study, randomized, controlled, peer-reviewed, to help you live longer. What you put on your plate is more powerful than most people ever realize. I'm Dr. Michael Greger, and today we're diving into the 5 foods I most recommend for a longer, healthier, more vibrant life. Foods that consistently rise to the top of the scientific literature. Foods repeatedly associated with lower risk of chronic disease. And foods that help your body heal, repair, and thrive. These are the foods that show up in the longest-lived populations on Earth, the staples in dietary patterns linked to lower mortality, and the everyday champions your future self will be thanking you for. Let's start with the one food group that continues to blow researchers away every time it's studied: berries. Whether we're talking blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, or the tiny but mighty amla berry, berries consistently emerge as some of the most antioxidant-packed foods on the planet. Antioxidants aren't just a trendy buzzword. They're your body's frontline defense against oxidative stress, the molecular wear and tear that accelerates aging, damages DNA, and fuels chronic inflammation. One study found that a single cup of blueberries can significantly boost cognitive performance just hours after consumption, and long-term berry consumption has been associated with slower cognitive decline in older adults by as much as 2.5 years. Even better, berries appear to directly improve artery function. After a berry-rich meal, the endothelial lining of the arteries, the part responsible for keeping your blood vessels flexible and clean, actually performs better. More flexibility, less inflammation, better blood flow. These aren't small effects. This is your cardiovascular system aging more slowly in real time. What makes berries particularly special is that they're not just high in antioxidants, they contain unique phytonutrients like anthocyanins that directly influence how genes involved in aging get switched on and off. And unlike supplements that isolate one chemical, berries deliver a synergistic package of compounds that work together in ways we still don't completely understand. But study after study keeps pointing to the same conclusion. If you want to live longer, eat berries regularly. Fresh, frozen, blended, doesn't matter. Just get them in.
Now, berries might be the poster child for anti-aging foods, but the next group may be even more powerful for long-term survival. I'm talking about leafy greens. Spinach, kale, collards, Swiss chard, arugula. These foods pack more nutrition per calorie than almost any other food on Earth. A mere single serving a day has been associated with significantly reduced risk of heart disease, stroke, and early death. And that's not all. Leafy greens contain nitrates, not the processed meat kind, but naturally occurring plant nitrates that help your body produce nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is like your artery's best friend. It relaxes blood vessels, improves circulation, lowers blood pressure, and enhances oxygen delivery throughout the body. In one study, participants who consumed green leafy vegetables daily had a brain that functioned like someone 11 years younger. That's not a typo. 11 years younger just from consistent leafy green intake. The vitamin K, lutein, beta-carotene, folate, and other micronutrients in greens work together to protect neurons, reduce inflammation, and support mitochondrial function. These aren't marginal benefits. This is cognitive longevity you can taste. And here's the thing most people don't realize. It doesn't take a mountain of greens to get these effects. Even a small daily serving, a handful in your smoothie, a bowl of salad, a cup of steamed greens can start paying dividends. Next up is a family of foods that gives a whole new meaning to the phrase food as medicine: cruciferous vegetables. Broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale again, bok choy, mustard greens, turnips. These vegetables contain a unique compound called sulforaphane, which is generated when the vegetable is chopped, chewed, or blended. Sulforaphane may be one of the most powerful naturally occurring compounds ever discovered. It activates a protein called NR2, often referred to as the guardian of the cell. When NR2 gets activated, your body ramps up its own internal detoxification pathways, neutralizing free radicals, repairing damaged DNA, and activating genes that literally protect your cells at the molecular level. This isn't just lab talk. In real-world human trials, sulforaphane has been shown to reduce inflammation, support liver detoxification, improve insulin sensitivity, and even reduce markers of cancer progression. In populations that eat cruciferous vegetables daily, we see some of the lowest cancer rates in the world. And the beauty is, just a small amount can have big effects. Even a half cup of cooked broccoli or a daily serving of raw shredded cabbage can deliver meaningful benefits. If you want to add more life to your years and more years to your life, cruciferous vegetables deserve a permanent spot on your plate.
But what about foods that help regenerate the body from the inside out? Enter legumes. Beans, lentils, chickpeas, peas. These are the unsung heroes of virtually every longevity hotspot on Earth. Whether you go to Okinawa, Sardinia, Nicoya, Ikaria, or Loma Linda, regions famous for having exceptionally high numbers of people who live past 100, you'll find one food group all of them have in common: legumes. What makes beans so powerful? Fiber. Not just any fiber, fermentable fiber that feeds your gut microbiome. A healthy microbiome doesn't just improve digestion, it produces short-chain fatty acids like butyrate that lower inflammation, improve immunity, support metabolic health, and even influence mood and cognitive function. In one massive global study, for every 20 grams of legumes people ate per day, just 2 tablespoons, mortality dropped by about 8%. And it's not because beans are magical, it's because they're nutrient-dense, high in protein, high in fiber, low in saturated fat, and packed with antioxidants and minerals. They stabilize blood sugar, reduce cholesterol, and keep you full longer. And unlike expensive superfoods, beans are inexpensive, accessible, and versatile. Whether you prefer black beans, kidney beans, chickpeas, lentils, or soybeans, they all contribute to a longer, healthier life. Finally, we arrive at a category often overlooked but consistently associated with greater longevity: nuts and seeds. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp seeds. These foods are packed with healthy fats, plant protein, minerals, and antioxidants. But what really sets them apart is their remarkable effect on inflammation and cardiovascular health. Walnuts, for example, contain omega-3 fatty acids that support brain function and reduce systemic inflammation. Flax seeds, perhaps one of the most powerful seeds ever studied, have been shown to lower blood pressure as effectively as some medications. Chia and hemp provide a nutrient-rich source of plant-based omega-3s, helping support heart and brain health. Large population studies consistently show that people who consume a small handful of nuts most days of the week have significantly lower rates of heart disease and live longer overall. And here's the best part: just a small amount, literally a handful, seems to provide much of the benefit. You don't need cups of nuts. Just a modest daily serving can have a profound effect on your longevity. These foods help stabilize blood sugar, reduce LDL cholesterol, improve endothelial function, and support long-term cognitive health. Now, what ties all 5 of these powerful foods together, berries, leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables, legumes, and nuts and seeds, is a simple principle. Whole, plant-based foods rich in fiber, antioxidants, and phytonutrients are consistently linked to better health and longer lifespan across cultures, across decades, and across thousands of scientific studies. There's no single magic bullet, no single miracle nutrient. It's the combination of these foods working together, creating a biological environment where disease struggles to take root. When you start eating more of these foods, you're not just avoiding problems, you're actively building resilience. Your arteries get healthier, your immune system gets stronger, your brain cells become more protected, your microbiome thrives, your inflammation levels drop, your metabolism becomes more efficient, and all of this compounds over time, like investing in your health with interest that keeps growing year after year. And the best news? Adding these foods is often easier than people think. Toss berries into oatmeal or smoothies. Add a handful of leafy greens to whatever you're cooking. Include cruciferous vegetables with lunch or dinner, raw, steamed, roasted, blended, whatever form you enjoy. Swap in beans wherever you can. Bean-based soups, lentil curries, chickpea salads. Keep nuts and seeds handy for snacks, toppings, or stirring into yogurt or porridge. Longevity isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. It's about what you do most of the time, not what you do once in a while. We often underestimate the impact of daily habits because the results aren't immediate. You don't feel your arteries relaxing after a bowl of lentils, or your DNA getting repaired after eating broccoli. But beneath the surface, your body notices. And over months, years, and decades, those changes add up in extraordinary ways. The evidence is overwhelming. If you regularly include these foods in your diet, you dramatically increase your chances of living a longer, healthier life. So start today. Start with one of these foods, then 2, then 3. Make it enjoyable. Make it something you look forward to. And let your future unfold with more vitality, more clarity, and more resilience than you ever thought possible. If you found this video helpful, give it a like. Hit that subscribe button and share it with someone who could benefit from a little extra longevity in their life. And if you want to keep learning about the power of nutrition, be sure to check out the other videos on the channel. Your long, healthy life begins with what you choose next.